Hello there, this is a tutorial video for one of my videos that I did a while ago. It's a song by James called Getting Away With It, all messed up. And I was asked in the comments section if I would do a tab or a tutorial. All honesty, I don't do tabs or anything. I can't read, well, I could read tabs, but I don't really get involved with tabs. It's just not something I've ever been interested in. So all I can do is go through the chords that I play on it and just try and show you them, and there's a few little hammer-ons and pull-offs that I do that I've just sort of thrown in there myself because I think they sound good. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, so the voice isn't up to my usual standard, so I do apologise, but it's mainly a tutorial for the guitar, so I will sing bits of it as well as I go along. So basically the song, it's in the key of D minor, and like a lot of good songs, especially James songs, I think they're the masters of the 3 and 4 chord continuous progression songs throughout a record. I think James are absolutely brilliant at doing that. This record obviously, and there's a few others, all sit down, and Born of Frustration being another one, but there's only 4 chords throughout the entire song, but it's got so much content and they sound absolutely brilliant. But this is another one of those songs, and as I say, it's in the key of D minor, so just an open D minor, your regular open D minor. I will start the song off with, and it's kind of, again, it's only 4 chords in the entire song. I'm just playing them and attacking them differently at different intervals. So the chords that are in the song, obviously D minor, and then there's an F, but the way I play the F is kind of, instead of doing the traditional, that's the traditional F shape, I sort of do it as though it's like a root 6 bar chord, but without the full bar, and I just hold down the B string on the 1st fret and I let the bottom E ring out, so mute the top string. It just gives it that lovely sound, sort of a bit of a floating chord type of thing. So that's a variation of an F that I use, that's the 2nd chord. The 3rd chord in the song is a C major, but again I add the G bass on that to give it a bit more depth. There's quite a few artists that use that, old and young, from the 60s right through to modern times. It's just a more fuller sound than the regular C. And then the final chord is just your standard G major. So yeah, the 4 chords again, just to go over that, is D minor open shape, F major in the variation I've just described, C major with the added G bass, and then just the open G shape. So that is the entire chords for the song. You don't need any more chords at all for this song from start to finish. Excuse me. So the way I start it off, it's just like a picking thing, really, like an arpeggio picking, just going across the notes. There's no absolute nailed on way of doing it, and if you make a few mistakes, you make a few mistakes. I don't, criticise myself over if I pick a wrong note out, because I think that takes away from any recordings that you do. So yeah, it just starts off with basically, sorry. So yeah, just picking through those 4 chords, you're just going basically starting with the root note. That's the pattern I'm using there, so it's basically a... So the first part of it, I'm basically 2, 3, 4, picking all through the notes, and then just going back up through the last 3 notes with a bit of a 1, 2, 3 pattern, so it's like... That's as simple as that is, and I'm doing that picking pattern through the other chords. So on the F it's just the same pattern again with the C, and just onto the G. So all together it just sounds like this. So that's basically the first the first section of it. I think is it 4 bars of picking through that before the first vocal comes in. So the first vocal section is basically just a are you waiting for the grave? That's okay, we're insured. Are you waiting for the blame? That's okay, we're insured. Getting away with it all messed up. So then the chorus basically comes in straight away. That's what I love about these songs. Like I said, there's no chord changes there, and you straight off a verse into a chorus, which works so well. So you do that first round of verse and chorus, and then on the second part of the song, instead of picking through it on the arpeggio pattern or strumming the chords, what I do is I try and just mute it. So I'm still again playing the same chords that we played last time, the first time round, but on this instance, coming off the back of the first part, it would be. That's just palm muting, basically picking through the chords, and sort of obviously everyone has their own methods of doing it, but the way I do it, I can, as you're pressing on the chord, I'm sort of like pressing and releasing the pressure so that the chord is sort of ringing through but then stopping along with the palm mute, which is just a great effect, I think. Just that little bit of a hammer onto the when you're playing the G chord, just hammering onto that C bass on the A string. Also that on the D minor as well, you can just release your first finger off the first string, first fret. It's just giving you a bit of a, just accentuating that bit of a rhythm, just adds to the dimension of it, I think. It sounds good. So Daniel saving grace, she's out in deep water, hope he's a good swimmer. Apologies for the voice, like I said, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, but you get the gist. So yeah, that's basically that. The next section is just palm muting, and it's for the first section of that second verse. Daniel saving grace, she's out in deep water, hope he's a good swimmer. Daniel plays his ace deep inside his temple, he knows how to serve her. So that bit is played with the palm muting. So at the end of that section then, as we come into the second chorus, if you like, after the palm muting, getting away with it all, mister. Getting away with it all, mister. That's the living. So all we're doing now is we're strumming the chords now. We're not palm muting them, we're not picking them, just strumming them, but still doing those little pull-offs and hammer-ons on the chord. So on the D minor, as we did with the palm muting. And then on the next chord you're doing the same thing basically, so it's getting away with it all, mister. Just pulling off the, on that one I'm just pulling off the second fret, third string. up to the C major, same finger again, but it's on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And then on the G chord, you're just pulling off the B, so it's ringing out an A. So, getting away with it all messed up, getting away with it all messed up, that's the living. And that's basically it. That's how I play my version of James Getting Away With It All Messed Up. So I hope it's been useful for you. This is the first tutorial video I've ever done. I'm probably not the best speaker out there, and I just try and keep it simple like I do in my playing. I just say it as I feel it rather than trying to baffle everybody with musical notation, because I'm not the greatest musical noter myself anyway. So I hope it was useful, and please let me know in the comments if you got anything out of it. That'd be great. See you next time. Thank you.